Hey, welcome. We're back and we are in our textbook Exploring Adobe Illustrator CS6 with CC enhancements, and we're in Chapter 8, Object Composition. Now, in this particular exercise, 8L1, and this is part of your homework assignment, I will demonstrate the lessons, and probably this will be the only demo that I'll do for this chapter. If you have other needs, obviously, in terms of having a demo done for you, just let me know. All right, so we've got the 8L1 file open. We're going to make sure that our workspace is set to Essentials, which it is. If your workspace is a little messy, we can always reset Essentials and then it will put it back together again in an organized fashion. I'm going to pull this over here so we can see this. Now we want to select the zoom tool and magnify the funny face. Zoom tool, the quick key is Z, and we're just going to click and drag this little funny face until it's in the center of our workspace and zoomed. Now with the selection tool, we're going to shift click the teeth and mouth shape. We don't want to select the head. So we're going to get the black arrow, which is the selection tool, and we are going to click on this space by the mouth. And we're going to hold down shift, and it looks like to me that the teeth are grouped separately, so by holding down the shift key I now have them both selected. Just to make sure, I'm going to go under my layers panel, and I'm going to make sure that I have the teeth and mouth selected, which I do. You can see these little two blue icons that indicate they're selected. Now we're going to do a Command if you're on a Mac, or Control if you're on a PC, G to group. And you can also do that by going under Object and down to, if I had not already grouped it, it would be this menu item. Now we're going to deselect all by clicking on a blank area of the artboard or choosing Select, Deselect. I'm going to click on a blank area of the artboard. Another way that I test this quite often, if I have some little parts and pieces that I'm concerned that I may not have gotten in the selection, I'll hit my delete and make sure that everything it was that I wanted to group is actually gone. And then I do a Command or Control Z to bring that back if it is. All right. Now the textbook says and you can also do this too, you can click and drag it around on the artboard to make sure that everything is selected. All right, now we are going to use the selection tool, and we're going to shift click to select all the eye pieces. So I'm going to select, and that looks like to me that all the eye pieces are already selected. I'm going to hit the delete. No, just those middle ones. All right, so I'm going to hold down my shift, and I'm going to click here, and I'm going to click here. And since I just said all parts of the eye and not the eyebrow, I'm going to not select the eyebrow. See, and I had missed this guy. Looks like I've got everything. So then I'm going to do Command or Control G to group the eyes. Now we're going to select each piece of the face, including the mouth group, eyelids, and head. And the easiest way to do this is to shift click on the circles next to each sublayer in the Layers panel. So let's pull up the Layers panel, and we want to select, I'm going to move this down to make sure that I've got all of the layers. We're going to get the mouth group. Actually, I said the mouth group and I selected the eye group. Hold down the shift. Now we've got the eye group and the mouth group. We also want to select the eyelids, and then we want to select the head too. We're going to go to Object and Group to consolidate the objects and groups into one larger groups. Again, you can go to the menu item, or you can do Command or Control G to group. And you can see this becomes a nested group, or groups within a group. And if you hit this little down facing arrow, or hit this arrow so it's down facing, you'll see that the groups are all included there. Now we're going to deselect everything by clicking on a blank area of the artboard. To maintain the groupness of the objects and yet select individual parts of the whole for modification, you can use the Group Selection tool. So again, if you click and hold on this arrow, you'll see the Group Selection tool, and I can still go in and select one part of the group to modify it if I should choose to do that. All right, now we are going to do a Command or Control Save. Actually, we are going to do a Save As. And we are going to leave the 8L1 and then underscore your name. All right, and again, examining groups in the Layers panel, we're going to go to Window and Layers. All right, I'm back. Now we are going to examine the groups in the Layers panel. So we're going to choose Window and Layers, which we've done. Expand the sublayer named Group. And you'll notice the groups within the groups. See if I can make this a little bit larger so we can see the entire name. And we're going to double click on the topmost group within the face layer. And we're going to rename the whole group Face. Now within that face group, we're going to name any unnamed groups or sublayers. That one's pretty much taken care of. This one looks like the mouth. And this one is the eyes. And that was the head. All right, and then we're going to collapse the subcategories of the face layer to save room in the Layers panel, which simply means we're going to click here and click here. And now it looks like we have a nice organized Layers panel. Which I got it all messed up. So we're going to go over here and we're going to reset essentials, and it's going to give us back our nicely organized group of panels. All right, now we're going to create a jester hat. So we're going to go to View and Fit All in Window. Command or Control 0 also fits all in Window. And we are going to unhide the layer named Jester Hat. We're going to zoom in on the half completed jester hat drawing. We're going to select the colored sections of the jester hat. See figure 819 to know exactly which we're going to select. So it looks like it's everything but that blue long shape at the bottom. And then we're going to choose Object and Group, or Command or Control G to group it. Now we're going to make a duplicate for the other side of the hat, and we're going to flip it into place in one step. So first thing that we want to do is select the Reflect tool. You'll find that under the Rotate tool. And now we're going to hold down the hold down the Alt if you're on a PC, Option if you're on a Mac, and we're going to click in the center of the hat, or it's in the center of the hat on the top left edge of the orange area. And that opens the Reflect Options box. In this options box, we want to choose vertical, which mine's already chosen, and we're going to click the Copy button, but do not click OK. A flipped copy of the jester hat is created. Wow, that's pretty cool, huh? If necessary, you can move the new copy into place incrementally by selecting it with the Selection tool and then arrowing it up or down. I'm going to click off just to take a look at it and see. Yeah, I think I want it just slightly over, so I can't see any that star is funky, but let's see what we're going to do with that. Let's see if they have something. All right, so then we are going to select both halves. Yeah, I don't think that. I'll move that down just a bit. Everything looks good, but that one little star. You know what I would do? Does it tell us to do this? Probably not. What happens if I just delete it? Okay. All right, I might be sorry in the next couple of steps that I did that, but we're going to delete that star just so it looks like I think it should. We're going to select both halves and choose Object, Group, or Command G. So we're going to get the Selection tool, and we're going to click once on this half, and then we're going to click once on that half with the Shift key held down, and do Command or Control G to group. Hold on a minute, my dogs are raising havoc in the neighborhood. All right, I'm back. Sorry, the dogs thought they saw a burglar. It's probably a lizard in the back. All right, so I'm back, and now we have selected both halves. We've chosen Object, Group, or Command G, and then we're going to select the group halves, the middle star, and the blue rim, and choose Object, Group to create one larger group. I thought I grouped that, but do Command G. And then we'll see if we've created a larger group, which we have. All right, now finishing the character. We're going to go to View, Fit All in Window, and we're going to position the jester hat above the funny face. I'm going to select that, click and select that and move it over on top of his head. I still see a little white in that jester hat, so I'm going to get the group selection tool. I'm just going to select this 1/2 and move it over slightly. See what I'm talking about? What in the world is, why can't I get rid of that? All right, well, I could take all my day and yours as well, and I'm not going to do that, but I would, if this were a job, I would definitely go back in and try to figure out why it is that I can't close up that shape. The points are almost equal, but still. And you'll see just after 2 clicks that allows me to move that over. So it is definitely something here in this orange. Okay guys, sorry. I would play with that for a while. So now we are going to choose View, Fit All in Window, position the jester hat over the jester's head, which we've done, and then to complete the character we're going to unhide the layer named Glasses in the Layers panel. Go back over here to Layers. We're going to hit the visibility button, and we're going to expand the glasses layer to see all the parts. And in the Layers panel, we're going to click on the target icon of the glasses layer on the right side. And you'll note that the parts of the glasses are also selected. And we're going to do Command or Control G to group that. We're going to close this out. And then I'm just going to arrow these glasses down a slight little bit. And then we're going to save and close out this exercise, Command or Control S. Thanks very much, guys. I will see you later. Let me know if there's another exercise or another demo that I can help you out with. Talk to you soon.